Welcome to the stream today. We are here for the finale of Survivor 48. I'm live on Twitch and YouTube. Making sure I change the thumbnail on YouTube. There we go. Is this gonna be 3 hours? Surely it's only 2. Sedaddle, thank you the 58th month in a row. It's 3 hours. Oh God. Gary, thank you for the 13th. Yes. Here to watch the Survivor finale. Should be starting very soon. I do want to briefly mention, so I recently started a Patreon where I've been doing the Devil's Plan reaction videos where I'm showing the episode and talking over it, pausing, discussing, analyzing. I had a thought, which is that maybe I could turn this into that for those that want to watch after the fact. That if I record the episode as I'm watching it, I could then put on Patreon a version of this where you can see the episode, essentially. So I can't promise anything, but that's an idea that I have at the moment. All right, episode is starting. See, can I? Prediction. B, thank you for the 22nd month in a row. Survivor 48. Listen, I appreciate what they're going for here. I just don't think it worked. Elena, thank you for the 46th. Amy, thank you for the 5th. Genuinely, and I hate saying it, I've been dreading having to watch this all day. That's how I felt all day. It's a weird place to be for Survivor. Miss Nikki, thank you for the 37th. If it was an hour, I'd be fine as well. Yeah. I think it was the fact that it's so long. Oh, ER is great. Ah! If I have to hear Kyle talk about this game of chicken between him and Shaheen any longer, it only existed in his mind, at least from what we've seen. Say Gold name of the 36, 35 in a row. I thought that was my treadmill squeaking, but it's just the bugs on the show. Can I just say this? I'm all in on Camilla. She's the one I'd most like to win at this point. Because she got this far without the benefit of getting an auto invite to the Strong People Alliance. Who's Mitch? The thing about Mitch, I have no idea who CBS promo spoiled stuff. Okay. Like how much? Like full on who wins? A lot. Final four. Fifth boot and one immunity. Okay, so not too much. All right. All right. We're going to ignore all of that. Lisa, thank you for the 10th in a row. How old is Joe? $45. Fun, fun, fun in the sun. Sun, sun. I can't say I love the let's do a challenge about another challenge before we do that challenge. Can I just say I also just watched The Devil's Plan episode 5. I've recorded it and edited it, and it will be posted on Patreon after this finale. Having just watched that, feeling a little underwhelmed with these puzzles. I feel like that was such a representative sample of Kyle's edit all season. Him over explaining his strategy and being like, I'm a genius for doing it. But then it not even working. Not that it hasn't worked, but like I just feel like his edit has always been this way. And commercial. I knew it would be a little later than normal, but wasn't quite as much as I thought it might have been. Grandor, thank you for the 22nd month. Miss Pixie, thank you for the 35th. Yes, there was a commercial. Next, prediction. I guess we have to be careful about predictions. Who gets the next confessional? Eva, Joe, Kyle, Camilla, Mitch. Doesn't matter when it is. Could be next segment, could be the segment after that. Just the very next time there's a confessional, who gets it? DD Wilder, thank you for the 61st in a row. Yes, if you want to find the Patreon, there should be a link in the chat. If you're watching after the fact, there should be a link in the description of the video on YouTube. I'll try to get a link up on the Twitch page as well. I will try to put up a version of this where I'm also playing the episode, which I could only do on Patreon. And then you can also see the Devil's Plan stuff over there. I will also be doing a Genius video soon that will go up on the regular YouTube. I think they air that on Wednesdays, right? So I'll probably be able to do that tomorrow. Looks like Kyle is the top pick. Should be playing Running Up That Hill. Devil's Plan stuff is on the Patreon. It's funny. So I recorded episode 5 last night, and I screwed it up. I forgot to record some of the episode as I was watching. So it took forever to edit it today because I had to, like, in the edit, go in and pause the episode manually and then resync myself. It was a nightmare. And then also, I did one of the puzzles via showing my mouse where I wanted to move, and all that was gone. So I had to just cut it. All right, we're back. So it is a challenge, no confessional. We will wait until the end of this segment probably to see who gets the after competition confessional. Let's get to it. So they announced they're going to do the 50 casts, right? Do we know when that is? Is that going to be like tonight? Next Wednesday. What's next Wednesday? Why not announce it tonight on the finale? Oh, because they're leaving. They're not leaving yet. I guess that makes sense. I guess it's kind of like a super fan thing, not a casual thing. Yeah, the 49ers have a pretty bad deal. Jeff, I feel like this is not something you should say to all of them. It's something you should say to us. Hey, audience, Joe is sitting on the edge of history. If he wins one more immunity, he's going to tie the record. That's going to be super cool. You don't say, hey, Joe, in front of everyone. If you win this, you're going to break a record. What if Joe wanted to lie and say, hey, I broke a record? I bet most of them wouldn't even know, even though they're all pretty big fans. Purple Rain, thank you for the 13th. Shaheen would probably know. Is it safe to be an Eva fan here? I honestly have no issue with Eva. I'm not like rooting for her to win, but I do actually kind of like her as a person. She seems very sweet. I mean, same with Mitch, to be honest. I like Mitch a lot as like a person. Just in the game, he kind of sucks. At least from what we've seen in the edit. I mean, I think it's tough to like really parse this out, but because I feel like I've seen the thing about like Eva targeting women, but it's like how much of that is Eva targeting women and how much of that is Eva just being in the alliance that was the strong person alliance and probably not even really recognizing what was happening, which I don't think is any necessarily any better or worse than any of the guys in that alliance. There tends to be like a more of a spotlight on her as a woman in that instance, and I think there's an argument to say that's fair. But I don't know. For me, I don't think I've seen anything like egregious. Yeah, I mean, I think saying it's a red flag is perfectly reasonable. But being like, well, now I definitely can't like her as a person, I think is, well, I mean, everyone has their own line, but it's a bad sign that I just got like totally sucked into that conversation while there's a challenge going on. I'm not even paying attention to the challenge. No, no, not your fault at all. It's just like, has the show even given us any reason to care about this? Oh. Let me tell you, as somebody that just went climbing yesterday and banged the hell out of my knees, I felt that with Kyle. Oh, right. I guess the thing we're supposed to be tense about is will Joe break or tie the record or whatever. Did the entire other portion of this challenge become entirely moot because nobody's gotten a single piece yet? Do you have to keep all the pieces on the table? Because I would want to lay them all down so I can look at all of them, not have them in a pile. Yes, you do. Okay. Would it kill them to put up privacy barriers for these kinds of things, you know? I guess the secret is that they want them to cheat, right? Because the more they look at each other's pieces, the closer the battle is, and the more they can edit it to be. Oh, it was so tight. Yeah, it's rubber banding. It's like Mario Kart. This is good for Camilla if she can pull this one out. I think that's pretty good look. I think Camilla's chances are not amazing right now. Because Kyle's been in a bigger position of power all season, and she seemingly intends to go to the end with him. But this immunity is a pretty good starting point to help counter that. Faye, think of the 33rd in a row. No one can vote me out. It just can't be Kyle. There's an argument for Mitch, but I think it just depends on what her read on Mitch is. And Mitch is kind of a shot across the bow to Joe and Eva. Camilla has a confessional. Let's run it back. Who gets the next one? Hold on. If you make Megan taller, it's not as funny. Sorry, that was me watching the trailer. I mean, Megan's whole gimmick was that she was like a little girl killing people. You know what I mean? That'd be like if Chucky, you know, were taller. That'd just be weird. I'm watching Foundation. Foundation, the first season was a little hit or miss. Second season, I thought was an improvement. It's a show I'm like excited to see come back, but I'm not like in love with it. Taran, I think with the 20th. How many rewards has Eva been on? Like all of them, no? What did I think of this week's rehearsal? I'm not gonna lie. I think it was the weakest episode of the season. That's mostly because all of the episodes have been phenomenal. Whereas this one to me felt a little more ordinary. All right, I need to like open a window. It's getting hot in here. Four Leaf, thank you, the 19th. It's gonna get a bit bright. Very bright. Honestly, might not even be. It might be hot outside. It kind of is. I don't even know if this is helping. Now I'm just feeling the sun. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to close it. Hey, what's BB12 doing on my screen? Why would they butcher that like this? That hurt a little. Mitch!
Are we setting up a Mitch boot here? Surely not. Surely they vote out Joe or Eva. I'm sorry, Mitch. For the first time? The first time. Is that even real? Like, what are we doing, Kyle? It just continues to make me feel like every bit of Kyle's strategy in this game has been just like rationalization for not voting out Joe. I would also like to say this. I genuinely think the season's narrative only works if Camilla wins. I genuinely feel that way at this point. They spent so long on strong versus weak. They've portrayed Camilla as weak. They've spent a lot of time on like honor versus lying. She's been portrayed as a liar. She's never been wrong in the edit. She's never been like made a fool of. And now she's dealing with what feels like a genuine dilemma of do I betray Mitch or do I betray Kyle? If she blindsided Kyle in this vote and won the game and goes on to win the game, that honestly might save the season for me. I feel for him as a human. As a game player, it's just like, yeah, Mitch, this is the path you chose. Not that I'm convinced he's actually getting voted out here, because this is quite telegraphed. If Mitch is voted out, we just did a pre-voted out. Is that what we're really just doing that? He's doing his post-vote out interview before the tribal. Let me say this. If we have to sit through a full-length tribal after what we just saw, and it's just Mitch, nothing can save this season. Man, what could I even do for a prediction here? Last person to speak before the vote. What if there is no vote? There has to be a vote at some point. I guess you mean like, what if they all just agree? We don't even need to go there. At that point, I guess it would be who's the last person to speak before they all verbally agree. Because that's still a vote. Playing, I think, the 67th. Could you imagine the vote at Final Five? The final vote before fire making? They don't even bother to go to the voting booth? What an indictment of the season if that were the case. Um, Survivor 50. But yeah, I feel like Camilla just sort of represents all of the themes of the season to me in a way that Joe could have, because Joe kind of represents the complete opposite of Camilla. Joe is on one side of the spectrum of like honor, loyalty, strong people. Camilla's on the other side. And then players like Shaheen and Kyle were kind of in the middle. So if Joe's not winning, it feels to me like the thesis statement for the season should go in the other direction. Well, we're doing a whole tribal at this point. Thank you for the new Patreon members. I'm seeing the notifications on my phone. Well, yeah, what if Shaheen stands up after they vote Mitch out? Last words from Mitch. It was quicker. At least there's that. It's just like, why give Mitch the edit he has if this is his exit? Why are you giving him this dramatic exit when you've been editing him to be a fool all season? If this is the real thing, if they were too scared of him because he's such a jury threat, he's such a nice guy, he's so amazing, why haven't we gotten that Mitch? I'm sorry, but you have to look at Star. You have to at least look at her. Just a small amount of recognition. A tiny little thank you, maybe. I don't know. It's like she forgot. If I were on the jury, I would also be pissed because I'd be like, damn, my season sucks. Everyone's been like, man, why is Say somebody that might be like returning to the game when she was out pre-jury? And this is the answer. She got out just in time. Beal Tap, thank you for the 55th month. I mean, there are so many reasons I think this season failed, but like one of them is that they made the entire season about Joe and getting Joe out. And then like the conclusion to that storyline apparently was, nah, never mind. You didn't need to get him out. All right. Next prediction. Let's just do next confessional. The problem from my perspective right now is that like no matter what any of them do from this point forward, it can't be classified as like a big move because they waited until fire, and in order for the move to go down, there's just so much luck involved. I think the 21st in a row. It's like even if Camilla betrays Kyle or they finally go after Joe, it's like, okay, great. You did wait too long, and this could have you just could fall flat on your face trying to do this because they could just win the fire. And if they don't, it's just like, okay, great, you got lucky. Okay, so apparently Mitch being voted out was spoiled. I'm going to keep running with the non-spoilery predictions for a bit longer. Spoilers are over. I think we can maybe do a prediction on who gets voted out next. Or who loses fire. Something along those lines. Sounds like that's not spoiled, but I'm just going to be extra cautious for now. What's my step goal? Like 10K a day is kind of the general goal that people have, right? All right, we're back. Listen, if I were on the jury, I would vote for Joe. Because being under the radar and playing the way that Kyle and Camilla did is great and impressive, but only if you use that to your advantage. And by taking the bigger duo to the end, tells me that Joe was good enough socially to keep these big game players on the hook. And honestly, I'm not sure there's any amount of arguing I would listen to the contrary. Why is she saying this? Like, the thing for me is, at the very least, right? At the very least, she should say, hey, Kyle, I've thought about it and I've realized that I can't win if I'm sitting next to you in the final three. I think there's an argument that you can say that. Saying, because I think we'll split votes and neither of us can win? No.
What you do is at the very least, you say, I can't sit next to you because I can't beat you, Kyle. Because you have the better game than I do. You will crush me in a jury vote. So I know I can't sit next to you. I'm sorry. At least if you do that, you're not convincing him that he can't sit next to you. I believe Kyle was the first confessional. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. What, Jeff, are you a therapist? I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. They just spent the first half of this segment explaining that everyone plans to take Eva if they win this immunity. Joe said he hoped Kyle would take him. Did Kyle say he would actually plan to take Joe? What show am I watching? This show is making the Genius UK look like the devil's plan. Like, Camilla is the only one doing the optimal thing at Final Four if she wins immunity. But she had to go and tell Kyle she was doing it ahead of time. So I can't even feel good about it. You know what? I can't be mad at Joe for taking Eva either. I think that's the correct decision from him. Any plans to cut my hair before Big Brother season premiere? It depends on how bad it looks.
Not a lot of women have 3 wins. It's now 80 degrees in here. It is too hot. I agree. That's why I tried to open the window. The problem is it's 80 degrees outside too. The AC for this room, not very effective. Needs to be fixed. And down goes Eva. No wiggle room. Hear that, Josh? Don't worry, Eva. Most people plan to take you. I'd like to think that I would be good at this. But you never know. Favors long arms. Favors a higher ape index, I would say, yeah. No, you know what? Yeah, just taller in general is going to be better because you can reach the top and down below. Oh, Camilla just messed up the rhythm. I'm anticipating Camilla loses here because her rhythm is off. Yeah. Camilla's making fire. And she gave Kyle permission to make her make fire. I'm going to say, though, if I watch Kyle choose to take Joe, and there it is. There's zero world. There's never a world where I ever vote for Kyle if he brings Joe with him to the final 3. I would literally be on the jury saying Joe might be the greatest player of all time if Kyle took him to the final 3. Like, what is Joe's missed? How did he do this? Yeah, Kyle was making fire unless he won. Camilla was making fire unless she won. Which is again why you might think about why they chose this Final Four configuration, but that's fine. That was a long segment. All right, let's run it back. Who gets the first confessional or the next confessional? Like the thing about the logic of hi ho, thank you for the 50th. The thing about the logic of like, oh, I can beat Joe, I'm not scared of Joe, I'm gonna take him to the final three, is that it's never the correct strategic decision. Because if you think you can beat Joe and Eva, then you should take Eva. If you don't think you can beat Camilla, then you should be making Joe make fire against Camilla. Bringing Joe to the final three exposes that you are not playing strategically. That any reason you had for not taking Joe out during the game is null and void. All right, I'm going to grab a fan. We're back. Kyle confessional. I'm sorry. I just don't believe you, Kyle. I don't. The fact that you're even trying to justify it strategically just annoys me. Just own it, you know? It's fine. It's just multiple people promised they would take Joe with them to the final three if they won. No big deal. If that's the case, then why did you bring her to 4? This is one of my least favorite segments on modern Survivor seasons. The pre-fire making montage of both people practicing making fire. It's literally the same thing every single season. Oh man, I suck at this. I'm so bad at this. Oh, I gotta practice more. I'm so determined. I really want to win. I'm feeling kind of confident. I don't know. Anything can happen. Usually, one of them can't make it at all in the practice. Oh, geez, none of it ever matters. None of it ever matters. The person who can't make it at all makes a huge one at Tribal. They sometimes win, they sometimes don't. And none of it matters. Okay, I'm gonna eat my words if this ends up mattering. I will take the L on that one if this ends up mattering. But if it doesn't, screw you even more, show. Are you serious? Are you? What is? Oh my God! What's up? What is this? Was you can step up and take care of yourself? Am I watching a parody of this show? I think I'm being pranked. I'll say this. Listen, I think the instinct to be skeptical is good, but I don't have an issue with Joe, like, on a human level, offering to try to take the hit for her here. Because I think that was just like the instinct to protect. But I think the important part is that when she said, no, you need to let me do this, he backed off. Jenny, like the Joe Eva relationship works for me because they've both made it clear that they're putting each other over the game. The Kyle giving his game up for people thing frustrates me because he's constantly telling us that he's playing strategically. Oh, all right. Oh, I definitely can't watch a 28 Years Later trailer. We are saving that one. I feel like it's been 28 years since I watched the first. I've told this story before, but I watched 28 Days Later as probably like a 10-year-old, 10 or 11-year-old. Because we rented a movie from, you know, a movie, not Blockbuster. We didn't have a Blockbuster, but like some indie movie rental place. And it was supposed to be a different movie. I don't remember what it was supposed to be. It was supposed to be something later, probably. But it was supposed to be like a romantic comedy, something appropriate for for kids. We put the movie in, probably a VHS. 28 days. That's probably it. Yeah. 1000%. We put the movie in expecting to watch 28 days. Or I think it was I put the movie. I think I was watching it myself. And it starts with Cillian Murphy waking up in a hospital. Right? Or no, I think it starts with the monkeys. But I'm watching this movie waiting for like, yeah, Sandra Bullock to show up. You know what I mean? And I end up just like glued to the screen, like my first ever horror movie, probably. I don't know, maybe not, but feels like it. And I was forever changed. For the better, I would say. Following the 13th. 28 Days Later, a zombie movie, if you didn't know. Very intense zombie movie. I don't even know what the prediction should be here. Let's just leave no prediction for now. We'll wait until after fire making, and then we can do some final 3 predictions, perhaps. I'm just worried that there might be spoilers about who wins fire. It's a long commercial. I told a whole 28 Days Later story. All right, we're back. I can't believe the dilemma happening right now for who makes fire is, will Kyle take Joe or volunteer himself so that he can save Eva and not break his word? Fallen short quite literally. Wow, this 28 Days had a stacked cast. Sandra Bullock, Viggo Mortensen, Steve Buscemi, Dominic West, Alan Tudyk. Jeez. I don't think I ever watched that movie, by the way. I promise, Joe, he says in front of the jury. What jury would hear that and go, I'm telling you, I hear that. I can't vote for Kyle. I can't. I don't care how much I hate Joe's guts. I can't vote for Kyle. Camilla's doing more work for Kyle than Kyle is. Are we commercialing again? Okay. Hear me out. Just hear me out. Do we need to watch the reunion? Is it necessary? $49 preview, fair. They are getting shafted by 50. But let's be real, it's not like Ager's on the cast. You know what I mean? I mean, let's be real. I feel like this is just according to memory. I don't know for sure. I feel like in my memory, viewership tanks after the votes are read anyway. People start not watching the stream anymore during the reunion. So I feel like I've already been told we don't need to watch the reunion. But I do feel bad. I feel like I haven't ever not watched a reunion. But it's just like, what are they doing? You know? Maybe we'll play it by ear. We'll see how long it's gonna be. If it seems remotely exciting. If like Camilla wins or something, I don't know. All right, we're back. All right, I gotta cover the chat. I'm trying so hard to be invested. I'm just so tired of fire. I'm surprised nobody's chopped their finger off doing this. I feel like I would end up chopping my finger off. Because if I was normally making fire in real life, I'd be careful. But if I were racing, I'd just be chopping away. Yeah, Jeff, just narrate what Eva's doing correctly so that Camilla can follow suit. Like Camilla's entire story, this entire season leads to this. But the wind. Oh, I just want it to be over. But the wind picked up. That's a line. That's a line from a song I like. No, but then the wind picked up. Could we have just cut out the part where the wind blew? GG's. Who from 48 would I want to see on 50? I don't know. I mean, I genuinely don't even mean this as an insult to 48, but like, I don't know that I need anyone from 48 on 50. There's like 47 other seasons, you know? You can't even come close to having one person per season. So it's like, um, what should the prediction be at this point? We could just go straight to who wins. Who wins? Joe, Eva, Kyle. And I'll put like 10 minutes on it. It's running. You have 10 minutes to make your prediction, so. We do have a BB retrospective coming tomorrow. Big Brother 21. Genius video. I'll hopefully do tomorrow. I'm going to try to get this up, this Survivor reaction, with the episode on Patreon, just as a little test. It won't quite be the same as like the Devil's Plan and Genius because I can't pause it because I'm watching it live. But I still have to imagine it's a much better experience than trying to like sync it up yourself after the fact. We can maybe even do some cuts here and there to speed it up. My version of the 48 finale. Devil's Plan episode 5. I'm going to be posting on Patreon after the finale ends. I have it exported. I just need to upload it. I should actually start the upload right now. Okay, starting that upload. Yeah, I think the idea would be on Patreon that like we can go back and watch other things in that format. It's all kinds of options because it's not subject to YouTube restrictions. All right, we're back. There's a link there in the chat. All right, so far 50%. Oh no, it's back and forth between Kyle and Joe. Whoops, pressed the wrong button. This is like another thing where like it was cool the first time we saw it, but I feel like it's gotten too rote. Like honestly, I'd rather see the segment after the vote is revealed so that I can actually see their actual reasons. You know what I mean? That was the worst. That was the worst segment on a finalist I think I've ever seen. They could barely say a good word about her. Are we really doing the here I'm a secret genius. Oh, we both had the same cover story. What? Now Joe's making me not want him to win either. Thanks, KD. I mean, no show is on the Devil's Plan level right now. It's just on another level. He's not getting David's vote. Come on. How is it possible there's an hour left? Okay. Okay, here the genuine question. When is the last time the reunion gave us anything valuable? When is the last time there was any reason to have ever watched a reunion on Survivor? Outside of Asia being on 47. Maria's vote. Okay. That's kind of fair. Anything else? Sia money? I'm just still contemplating. Do I watch the reunion? Maybe I'll. You know what? Let's stop walking. Let's see if we do a little change of pace. I got over 10K. All right, I think we managed to lower the desk without messing up the audio. All right, we're back. Whew. Wow, I'm tired. Watch Joe say his weakness was his honesty. Oh, he heard you asking about him. Oh, say hi. Say hi. You want to show them the cat tree? Oh, you're too high. They can't see you up here. It's a good answer from Joe. Okay. He does want dinner. Except I did already give him dinner. Did you tell him that? Did you tell him I already gave you dinner? I think we gotta wait for a commercial. From Star. No. Oh, the Tyler. I didn't need it. Really? Really, Chrissy? That's what did it for you? All right. I think while they're bragging about their accomplishments, we can go get some treats. We can go to get some kitten treats. Oh. What did I miss? What did I miss? Why did you need Camilla on the final four if you needed her out by the final three? Is he implying he threw? Old woman. Whoa. I made Jeff cry. I mean, honestly, I feel like they have, like, if you're gonna vote for Joe to win, there's not a particular reason you should not vote for Eva to win. I think Joe played better than her, but like, not significantly. All right, where'd the prediction land? 63% went Joe, 34% went Kyle, although I imagine that was before that questioning. The funny part is, based on what I saw, correct me if I'm wrong, because I didn't see all of it. It sounded like Eva walked into the trap of the Shaheen vote, not Joe, but it still kind of like rubbed off on Joe. Yeah. Because like Joe being so closely tied to Eva, it's almost like Joe was also saying that he thought that the Shaheen move was good. When the reality is, it's from what it looked like, at least, he never thought it was a good move. It was Eva that bought into it and not him. I'm wondering if like the reason Joe feels so protected in the edit is just because Survivor producers love Joe. You know what I mean? Like maybe this season has been so Joe focused because they just love Joe. Yeah, I mean, ultimately, I would expect more from Kyle given he made the active decision to bring Joe to the end with him. That he would have been more specifically talking about the ways in which he was better than Joe, which I think he's perfectly capable of, but it's also possible we just didn't see all of it. Really, what Joe should have said is, hey, everyone was tripping over themselves to bring me to the end. I think that's pretty good. If you're Shaheen, I get the vote for Kyle because Kyle basically said, I lied on Shaheen's name and they believed it. So if you're Shaheen, you almost have to vote for Kyle. But if I'm anyone else, I just can't when he brings Joe to the end. Oh, oh boy.
These finales are so long. It's like a marathon. Like, should I watch The Brutalist or should I watch the Survivor finale? You know what I mean? All right, we're back. Oh no. Ugh. Now that I'm not walking, I'm getting tired. A vote for Joe. A vote for Eva. A vote for Kyle. All right, let's get it on. Joe. Eva. It's Shaheen looks surprised that Eva got a vote. So those are the three we saw. A second vote for Eva. Shaheen looks very shocked. Camilla looks concerned. There's another vote for Kyle. Did Eva and Joe split votes? There it is. Hey, buddy. Of course you love this season, Jeff. Yeah. No. I feel like I'm the only one that didn't like John Wick 4 very much. Cito, thank you for 47th in a row. Prediction. Kyle. All right, there's 30 minutes left. The question is, Kellis, should we watch the reunion? Should we watch the reunion? I think he is saying no. Yeah, I don't. I'm hearing no. I'm hearing desperate no's. Oh, kitten. Kitten. Oh. Here's what I'll do. I'm gonna prep the Patreon post for episode 5 of The Devil's Plan. Although that's gonna be difficult with a kitten. With a kitten in front of me. Cedric was the only Joe vote. Oh, you should for sure be watching Devil's Plan. It's real. Devil's Plan is the best reality show out there. Period. The only thing it's missing is live feeds. It's otherwise near perfect. Okay. Okay. I couldn't do it. I was gonna take him out of the room so I could make the post, but then he just started purring in my arms.
Oh, Camilla wins if she wins fire. Wow. Is it? Is it? Oh, I could pick up Kellis all the time. He loves to be picked up. He will bug me until I pick him up and carry him around. All right, Kelly, we gotta make a post. I knew this was gonna be the reunion. We're just rehashing everything we already know. All right, Patreon. Create post. Oop. Why is Shaheen an example of you have to play to win and to play to not lose or whatever? No, Shaheen, you got taken out because Kyle thought that you had a weird thing going on. All right. I am still enjoying making little titles, even though it's on Patreon, that I don't need titles for a YouTube algorithm. Torchies, thank you for the subscription. Welcome to the Robot Army. I think the title for episode 5 should be mixing it up. And then I grab a little screenshot from the video of me doing a funny face. This is the magic. You're seeing the process. What's a moment from the episode that was shocking? Ooh, or confusing? Boom. And now I make the post on Patreon. What I've realized is that if I make any changes to the video after I make the post on Patreon, the video doesn't work anymore. Maybe I should just do... I want to make these easily distinguishable. Who did? Yeah, who did win the draft? Was it Liana? Who? Yeah. Oh, that's. I thought Liana was gonna win. I thought Liana had like all of the contenders. Who did Liana have? She had Joe Camilla. Okay. We had Kyle, Eva. Yeah, I probably shouldn't have taken Shaheen. Episode 5. I mean, that's a better storyline than the whole season. Is I steal Puya's first pick and he gets revenge by winning the draft. All right, publishing the post on Patreon, episode 5 of The Devil's Plan. Let's just double check and make sure it works. Yes. Link in the chat if you want to watch. All right, 15 minutes left. See, people are leaving. We have about 200 fewer viewers now than we did before. And I can't blame them. Oh, thank you for the new members. I'm getting those notifications. But the Patreon is still at a stage where I get notifications on my phone when someone joins. There's always like a stage in like a new thing where you have that on, and then at some point you turn it off.
Thank you, Jessica. I just started the second batch. I just finished episode 5. If I put this Survivor episode up on Patreon as well, which I want to try to do, it'll be that and then Genius, and then I can work on episode 6 of Devil's Plan. So it might be a couple days. Oh, are we gonna talk about David Standing? Hold on, this is worth watching. No, don't move to milk. I want to talk about the standing. Hold on. Who said look at these grown ass men? There's nothing wrong with men drinking milk. There's nothing wrong with anyone drinking milk. What is happening? Listen, God forbid a man drink femininely. I think I drink elbow down. I don't think I'd ever drink. No, it'd be super weird to drink like this. First of all, I don't drink out of a glass. But I can't imagine. Yeah, I wouldn't. This is weird. This is ridiculous. Nobody drinks like this. If you drink like that, you do it on purpose. Performative arm drinking. It's like I want to threaten the person sitting next to me at the table with my elbow. Oh, I'm sorry. Do you feel threatened by my elbow? Because it's right next to your face. You go elbow forward? How does that work? Do you mean like if you're like this? I mean, that makes sense. I think that's just elbow down. It's like man spreading, but with your elbow. Listen, here's the thing though. I think it's worse than man spreading. Like man spreading is annoying, but it is something that can be done like instinctually. Like it's an annoying thing that could be done purposely, but like it can be a natural way of sitting to spread your legs out or spread your or whatever. This is not a natural way of drinking. I don't think that could be the case. What I'm trying to say is, if I were sitting on a couch by myself, I'm spreading out all over. I'm a spreader. Do I do that in public? Do I do that on a subway? train? Certainly not, because I'm a polite person in society. But in private, when I have space, I'm flailing all over the place. Never in my life am I drinking elbows up. It's just strange. We're back. We got 8 new members in the last 15 minutes. Thank you so much. Pinky's out. Like this actually pinky out kind of makes sense though. I don't do it, but like it does feel weirdly natural. It's kind of like a counterbalance. How would I drink at a tea party? I've I've been to tea parties. Straight up. I went to a tea party in college. Those are the kinds of parties I went to cuz I did it hard, you know? Genuinely, and I mean this genuinely. It was probably the most like impromptu like daring like I just went to a tea party. I didn't know any of the people. I didn't know where I just met some people. They invited me to a tea party and then I went to it in a place and I didn't know where I was. And I mean this genuinely. It was probably the most like party person thing I did in college. All right, we got a preview. 49ers, I hope you appreciate it because I stuck around here for you. I know you're about to get shafted next week and really the entirety of your season. Do we think Karate Kid Legends is going to be good? No. Follow-up question. Has Ralph Macchio been in anything other than Karate Kid? Has he played another role other than Karate Kid? What's his name? Damn it. I know it. I've seen all the movies. Outsiders and My Cousin Vinny. Oh, he was in How I Met Your Mother as himself. We're back, by the way. Here we go. 49. Daniel. How wild would it be if Ralph Macchio showed up in the preview for 49? Rizzo. I work on Capitol Hill. That prepared me for Survivor. Eh. We did it. 3 hours. Couldn't have done it without you guys. You know the other thing I appreciate, by the way, and this is underrated, but I appreciate that all of you tune in, despite the fact that I'm like complaining a lot of the time. Because there's a very fair argument to say that I am bad at my job if all I do is complain while I'm watching a show that we're all here to watch. So the fact that you're all sticking around, and I get that I assume a lot of you are also complaining, but like I'm sure there are some of you that are here that like it better than I did, or like it more than I did. But I appreciate you guys hanging out, commiserating, or just hanging out. And the other thing too is like I think hopefully the one positive is that like you know that when I'm reacting to something like I'm being honest. Like I'm not faking excitement for anything. When I get pumped for Devil's Plan, it's cuz I'm pumped. And I think you see it on the live feed updates too. Like when things are exciting, I'm into it. And when it's not, listen, this is good practice. Yeah, this is good practice for the Big Brother season when we got 90-minute episodes. 90-minute episodes plus the bonus episodes on Friday. All right. So, let's see. Am I going to cover the bonus episodes? That's a good question. I can't really say anything about it at the moment. I have an idea, but it's not. I can't just make it happen. I have an idea that I think would be kind of fun for it. So hopefully we can make it happen. If not, I apologize for getting your hopes up. Honestly, if we do it, I apologize for getting your hopes up. But basically, I have an idea for what to do for the bonus episode recaps. And because you know, I don't think there's a lot we can do with it. So I have an idea for it. Hopefully it works out. Hopefully it's good. But the answer is I've got an idea. I think we probably will try to also just do the regular thing and stream it live. Unless it's just really awful and I really just need a night off. So the idea for this one is that I'm gonna try to I'm gonna try to make a video of this watch party. I have the episode recorded separately so that I can or not separately. I have the episode recorded along with this recording so that I can mash them together in an edit. And then I will upload this to Patreon as a version where you can see the episode with me in a little circle. I don't know how much value there is to that because I assume that most people will be watching it live anyway. But I figured it would be worth a try. I also don't know how long it will take for me to make it. I would assume probably minimal edits on it. It's basically just like a version for people that didn't watch live that will be better to watch. And a good way to provide extra value for Patreon. In an ideal world, I could just continue to do that for the shows we watch live, like Big Brother and Survivor. But again, depending on how long I don't know that I can commit to doing it for Big Brother because I don't know that I could keep up with the workload. But I would love to. So that's kind of the current thought process in my brain. It should be doable for Survivor if people like it, because Survivor is just once a week, although it is still 90 minutes. But
yeah, I mean, I've always thought about doing the Patreon to some degree, and the main thing holding me back is that I just didn't want to do it without something to offer that felt legitimate. And so this kind of like, in some ways, forced my hand, and was in other ways was like seemingly the right opportunity to like. There's a thing that I literally can't really put out otherwise, and so now that it's there, now that I have it, I want to make sure I'm providing as much value into it as possible. I mean, honestly, there's a world where, yeah, maybe, I don't know if, can you stream on Patreon at all? I don't know. There's different things we could go for sure. But I think at some point I would like to do like there's other things I think that we can certainly do there. But I'm definitely not going to neglect other areas either. Like we're definitely going to still be streaming on here and all that stuff. And yeah, so there's there's reaction content, and then hopefully at some point we can do other content over there as well. Can do live streams on Patreon. Okay. That's interesting. I think I also have to like, I think, be somewhat cautious about like, come to my Patreon and watch these episodes, you know what I mean? But you know, we'll figure it out. Anyway, thank you for hanging out. I hope you enjoyed. It was a rough season of Survivor, but we got through it. We've got 50 on the horizon. We've got a Big Brother season coming up. And yeah, we'll have a good time. Retrospective, Patreon stuff, YouTube stuff. That's the most. That's most of it. Check out The Devil's Plan. Scripted stuff too. Yeah, talking about Last of Us, doing tastemakers. Yeah. All right. Thanks again, and I will see all of you. If you're just here to watch episodes of stuff with me, then I probably will see you in a couple months for Big Brother. But otherwise, I'll see you soon.